Summer had faded, leaving a golden hue over Pineshadow Forest. For Bramble and his friends, the months had been peaceful. Juniper the moose had settled in comfortably. The squirrels had mostly stopped their endless gossiping, and even Mosswhisker's dramatic announcements had become less frequent. Life was truly idyllic until the rumble started. One crisp morning, Bramble awoke to a strange sound. It wasn't birds, or the wind, or even the distant, unnecessary hooting of owls. It was a mechanical rumble, deep and menacing. He hurried to the riverbank and saw it. Massive metal machines were cutting paths through the trees, felling them with terrifying precision. Smoke curled in the distance. Pineshadow Forest was under threat. The logging company had arrived. Bramble's heart sank. Just then, Mosswhisker came racing through the underbrush, gasping, "They're taking everything. If we stay, our homes, our river, everything will be gone." Wasting no time, Bramble gathered the forest council. Juniper was there, along with Mosswhisker, the squirrels, and even the owls, who were surprisingly good at scouting. "Listen," Bramble said, trying to keep his voice steady despite the panic rising in his chest. "We can't stop the machines, but we can survive. We need to leave the forest at least for Nand. Find a safe home where we all belong." The animals murmured nervously. Leaving was a terrifying thought. This was their home. But Bramble's calm presence gave them a glimmer of hope. By nightfall, the group had packed what they could, which, for forest creatures, meant lots of berries, nuts, and a few sentimental items, like the squirrel-made Bramble festival hat. They moved quietly through the trees, staying clear of logging trucks and humans. Mosswhisker led lookout shifts, the squirrels scouted ahead, and Juniper cleared paths with her massive hooves. Even Bramble, usually clumsy, was careful. Every single step counted. The escape was filled with danger. At one point, they nearly ran head-on into a bulldozer, its engine roaring like a metallic beast. Bramble and Juniper quickly pushed a fallen tree to block the path, giving the smaller animals time to hide. Hunters, who had caused Bramble trouble before, appeared again, drawn by the strange activity in the forest. A clever distraction, starring Mosswhisker's flair for the dramatic, saved the group from being discovered. A wide river crossing tested everyone's courage. Bramble had to carry a line of squirrels on his back, while Juniper swam across with the rest of the animals clinging desperately to her antlers. By the time dawn approached, the forest they had known their whole lives was just a blur behind them, fading in smoke and the distant whine of chainsaws. After several long days of travel, they reached a vast, untouched forest beyond the hills. The streams here shimmered, and the trees stood tall and proud. Bramble paused at the edge and looked back, feeling a sharp pang of sadness for what they had lost. But as he turned to his friends wide-eyed, tired, but safe, he knew they had made the right choice. Juniper nuzzled him gently. Mosswhisker's dramatic sigh melted into a grin. Even the squirrels chattered with excitement at the new possibilities. A smile formed beneath Bramble's fur. "Welcome to our new home," he said softly. "We'll make this place safe. We'll make it ours." For the first time since the logging trucks arrived, Bramble felt a feeling he thought was lost, hope, and though new challenges surely awaited, he knew that as long as they were together, they could survive anything. The forest may have changed, and Pineshadow may be gone, but Bramble and his friends were still a family. And sometimes that's all that really matters.